Well, Matt, talk us through the general buzz around Bristol at the moment, because it must be pretty good.
Yeah, after Friday night, it was nice to have a Friday night game and a weekend. It's always nice as a coach and as a player to have a weekend where there's been a good performance, and you almost look forward to the Monday review. So very good spirits today. Just had a really good meeting and a good session. The players are in a very good place.
You personally must be pleased as well. A couple of hat-tricks on your backs.
Yeah, it was nice. It makes a change as well, because the forwards have put some kind of chart up on the wall about how many tries they're scoring. So I was trying not to rub it into Danny on the gantry, but it was great to see the backs getting 7 of 8 tries. Not that I'm counting. There's
literally nothing between you at the top of the table, is there? There's no one's giving an inch.
No, and it's going to stay like that as well. I would imagine if we do meet Worcester in the final, it will stay like that in the final. They're a very good team. They've improved as the season's gone on, well coached, and I'd like to think we're the same. So it's going to be, as it always is in the playoffs, but even more so this year with 2 teams that have got some superiority in the league. It's going to be tight right to the end. You could well meet them in the final of the B&I as well. Yeah. You've got a semi to get through first. What are you expecting from this weekend's game? Very tough encounter. We spoke today. Doncaster, for some reason, are obviously I think they're 10th in the table, but when you analyse teams, sometimes there's obvious things that you can attack. Doncaster are a very well coached team. Their points against records are impressive, very organised, and they're quite hard to break down. They've obviously got a good spirit, and they'll be massively buoyed from a very good performance against Moseley and a good win against them at the weekend, which probably eases them. They won't feel that they're massively clear from relegation, but it'll be a massive sigh of relief for Doncaster, because it has pulled them away by 9 points, I think. So they'll be in good spirits as well as we are, so it should be a really good encounter. Why do you think they are where they are on the table? I think last year they won a lot of tight games in Division 1. This year they probably had the reverse happen. They've picked up a fair few bonus points. As I said, they're pretty mean in defence. They don't concede many. They've not scored that many, so that's probably teams are harder to break down in the Championship than they are in Division 1, so there may be a bit of learning with that. But I don't know the answer. When you look at them on tape, they're a very good team, and I think one win would take them up to 6. So it's a very tight league from 12th to 4th or 5th. Really, it's very tight. Every team can beat each other. You've played them twice in the Championship this season, beat them both times, but on both occasions there wasn't a great deal between the sides. No, they're a good side, as I said. The well coached Clive Griffiths is obviously won a Grand Slam with Wales. He's a very experienced coach, and you can see that by how his team plays. So we're expecting a tough game, as I said, especially on the back of a win over Moseley. If, in all honesty, if they wouldn't have got that result and they were in, the real thick of a relegation battle, maybe their eyes would have been off the cup. But for them now, as I said, they pulled clear a little bit of bottom, and it's a great chance for a new team in the Championship to get some silverware. So it's always a tough place to go, but I think it'd be doubly tough on Saturday. And we're getting to the crunch stage of the season now. There'll be players that will be involved on Saturday that will be desperate to make an impression for the final run-in. Yeah, they will, and that was a great thing as well from Friday night. We had people who come back into the team, so Jack Lamb coming back in and putting the performance he put in was outstanding. Matthew Morgan, as was said after the game, when he runs to the line and stays square, he's a joy to watch. And now we've got people who are going to take over in certain positions, and they know that Friday night was the last performance in a Bristol shirt, and they've got to do something pretty special to match it or hopefully beat it. So it's very good for competition, and it's good for, as always, the B&I Cup is good for getting other players game. Players are happy when they're playing. How pleasing was it to have Jack Lamb involved again on Friday? Yeah, really good. He's been kind of prowling around the gym for months, looking pretty aggressive. So I knew we were going to get a performance out of him, because he has been frustrated watching and not playing. And I don't know him particularly well. Obviously, he's only been here a season, but he looks at that kind of emotional animal when he's engaged and he's on his game. He's outstanding, and he's obviously got very good pedigrees from where he's come from. So it was great to see him on there playing as well as he did. Competition for places is fierce, but always more so when the team is going so well. Everybody wants to be involved. Yeah, for the first time that I can genuinely remember as well, this is my 4th season at the club now. If you look at the back line, we've got 3 nines who can all play high-end Championship, Premiership. Dwayne Peel's a British Lions. We've got 310s who are all very competitive. You've got Mosses and Henson and Maul and Tovey, and the list goes on really from a backline perspective, where a player knows that if he has a couple of off games, someone comes in, he may not get the shirt back. So it's competitive, but in the right way as well. So the non-players are helping the team, and this week, obviously, because there's been a couple of changes in the starting lineup, the non-players have been great on day one. So it's healthy competition, but everyone's pulling in the same direction.